Tuesday morning. Meteorologist Landon Hampton with you, bringing you this morning's Weather or Not Bowling Green video update. Now, we're dealing with some stout line of storms moving in here this morning, but that's going to move out here as we get into this afternoon. It's going to be opening up the door to very, very nice conditions as we work throughout our Wednesday and Thursday. But as we get into that upcoming weekend, I'm not kidding whenever I say this, we could be looking at some winter weather shenanigans rearing its ugly head here across south central Kentucky. Yes, you heard me correctly. Just hold on a few minutes. We'll get into that eventually, I promise. Overlooking the white squirrel weather cam, we can see the rainfall coming down, drops on the lens. It is a very dreary start for us, a very windy start as well. And speaking of winds, they are already gusting in excess of 20 to 30 miles an hour. We will be underneath a wind advisory until noon across the entirety of the region, with wind gusts possibly exceeding 40 up to around 50 miles an hour. And with those southerly winds out there, it is a very warm start for us, sitting in the upper 50s across the entire viewing area. It's only going to get a few degrees warmer, though, until that cold front passes after that line of storms rolls through here. Looking at current wind gusts out of the south as of 6:25 this morning, gusting between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Again, that'll really be picking up with that squall line moving through here, but then should simmer to an extent as we get into this afternoon. Here's a look at the current radar. You can see the squall line barrel rolling east-southeast across the viewing area. I've already made it through Morgantown, right on the doorstep of Bowling Green as of 6:30 a.m. Now, what is driving that line of storms? This cold front sprawling out from this area of low pressure way up in Canada. That cold front is going to be pushing eastward over us as it diminishes, so we're not looking at a major cool down in those temperatures once that cold front moves through. But with that line of storms moving in here, here's a look at the severe weather outlook. A marginal risk with the line of storms moving through now of an isolated severe wind gust or so, but the best risk for severe weather should stay confined down to our southwest across northwestern Alabama and Mississippi. Here's a look at the HRRR model for simulated radar. It brings that squall line through here, and then by the time we get into this afternoon, the back edge of the range should be working out of here. That should make way to gradual clearing skies late this afternoon into the overnight, and then we're going to be looking at much drier conditions arriving here for Wednesday and Thursday. So here's a look at the surface model of how these systems are going to behave. That area of low pressure is going to continue to meander around the Canada vicinity. Then we're going to be looking at this area of high pressure rolling in here after that cold front moves through. It's going to be bringing us slightly cooler temperatures, but it should be rather beautiful for this time of year. Lots of sunshine throughout our Wednesday and our Thursday. By Thursday afternoon, with return flow on the backside of that area of high pressure, we're going to be looking at the possibility of highs reaching around 70 degrees underneath nothing but sunshine. That would make for very, very nice conditions to enjoy the outdoors. But as we get into our Friday, we have this little feature that's going to roll through, bringing some showers, maybe some isolated storms. But then we see this area of low pressure develop across the Great Plains as we get into that upcoming weekend. This is where I was talking about we could be looking at some winter weather shenanigans rolling in here. The latest models continue to suppress that low pressure just south of the region. Friends, that's going to locate us on the north to northwest side of the surface low, and anyone who is familiar with winter weather events across our vicinity knows what that means. Counterclockwise flow from that area of low pressure is going to be filtering in moisture. Again, nothing is set in stone, but should this scenario play out, we're going to be looking at the potential for some winter weather here as we get into this upcoming weekend between Saturday and into our Sunday. So we want to take a look at the upper levels. You can see this trough kind of meandering in here behind that cold front, but pulling off to the north as that area of low pressure continues to spurn up there around the Canada vicinity. And then as we progress throughout the remainder of the week, we see this other little trough feature rolling in here from our west. Then as we get into our Saturday and into our Sunday, that trough really digs down right over our area. That would suggest temperatures below freezing at the surface. So if we were to get any sort of winter weather along with this system, we could be looking for that to stick. Now, let's take a look at the latest GFS. Again, do not take this verbatim. All right, these are models putting a bunch of complicated equations in to try and read what's going to happen. But I wanted to show you this particular setup. So we get the squall line to move through here with the rain showers today. High pressure moves in, takes over throughout our Wednesday and Thursday. Then we have this little lobe move through, this little upper disturbance. Could be bringing some isolated rain showers and some scattered storms along with it as we work into our Thursday night and into our Friday. But then as we get into our Saturday, with this area of low pressure, should it hold this track, now mind you, we are 4 to 5 days out, so we are expecting the track to alter at least some extent. But right now with that low pressure located over northern Alabama, we'll be on that north side, and you can see the GFS is bringing a nice little swath of snowfall through here late Saturday night into our Sunday morning before clearing out of here and allowing high pressure to take back over. So again, nothing set in stone, but we could be looking at some snowflakes possible as we get into that weekend. Here's a look at the next 7 days of rainfall forecast, our liquid precipitation forecast, anywhere between 1.5 up to 3 inches of the wet stuff right here across our vicinity. And again, some of that could alter with the possibility of winter weather arriving this upcoming weekend. Here's a look at the next 5 days, brought to you by Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. Likely rain chances throughout this morning, becoming drier this afternoon with highs in the mid-60s. We'll tumble down around the mid-30s overnight before rays of sunshine take over throughout our Wednesday with highs between the low and mid-60s, catapulting up to the lower 70s on Thursday. Those scattered rain chances arrive again Thursday night into our Friday. And then Friday night, we should be underneath the partly cloudy skies with lows in the mid-30s. And on Saturday, well, the graphic tells it all, folks. We are working on it. Again, looking at the possibility of some winter weather. So again, take that for what it's worth. But again, looking at the rain showers and storms this morning, becoming nice throughout our Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday night into Friday, more rain chances. And yes, the possibility of some winter arriving that upcoming weekend. But any of those changes that take place or any evolution to the latest weather models and systems that come in here, we will be bringing you the latest updates to keep you informed. You all have a fantastic second day of the work week, and make sure that you stay dry.